Yo, what is up, guys? Mad Rambles, episode 71. Episode 71. I'll get straight into it today. Not too much of a long intro. Hopefully, the video being portrait rather than landscape, it won't be too much of an inconvenience. Just because I haven't really got anywhere to put it down, so it's a bit of a pain. But so I do 100 videos, so I'm gonna do 100 videos. So here we are. Today's episode will be about the importance of free speech. This is something that I've been reading a bit in society. I think its importance can never be underestimated. I think anybody that tries to censor free speech is not someone you should follow, which is quite worrying about how governments and organisations and companies, banks even, especially in like the UK, have begun censoring free speech, especially over the course of the last 3 or 4 years. So, why is censoring free speech bad? It's obvious. I mean, there is no world where censoring free speech can be a positive. People talk about misinformation and disinformation, but I think this is more a made up problem. I think people exacerbate it just so it's under the guise of, oh, we don't want you to say this, this, and that because it's misinformation, it can be harmful. Well, it's more harmful if you don't allow people to say these things. Just because you disagree with it and just because it may cause a problem now, the answer isn't censoring speech. Because then where do you draw the line? If you say one person can't say X, Y, Z, then 10 minutes later you say they can't say A, B, D, and then 2 years in the future you can't say anything. So stopping free speech, stopping the censorship of free speech is vital. I think anybody that condemns free speech is not a good person. I don't see how you can be inherently a good person. I agree, yeah, cool, you might want your points and your opinions to shine, you might care about your points and your opinions and whatnot, and you may want the best for people through doing it. But censoring free speech isn't how you do that. It isn't how you achieve any outcome or any result. When you censor free speech, you become the demon you try to warn people against. You become worse than the misinformation, the disinformation, whatever it may be. And we as a society need to ensure that we don't allow the censorship of free speech to become prevalent, to rise up, to increase, to get worse and worse and worse and worse. This is in everything. It's like you see in today's society, if you say something against gay people, trans people, you're transphobic, you're gay, you're homophobic. You say something against race, or may not even say something that is racist. You just make a pure point that someone doesn't like, but 99 other people could agree with. You're suddenly racist. And this is not okay. And the censorship of speech is not okay in any way, shape, or form. And this isn't me saying that people should be encouraged to say anything. I don't think necessarily saying certain things is good. But that is where you educate people, you talk to people, you say, you know what, you said this word, not the best, mate, it affects me here, here, here. And if they are a virtuous and good person and strive to be a good person, they will hear you, be like, you know what, I shouldn't have probably said that going forward. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to encourage others not to say it. That is how you eliminate words. That is how you eliminate harmful speech, right? Not just stopping speech altogether. Ultimately, that will stop you from speaking out when you want to in the future. Just because it benefits you now doesn't mean it'll benefit you forever. And also people will understand why they shouldn't say things. People will become more compassionate, more empathetic when they understand why they shouldn't be saying things, rather than just don't say it. Why? Why not say it? Oh, because you're not allowed. So, right? Whereas if you actually teach people and educate people, people will be more inclined not to do it as well because they have a reason behind not doing it. You know? And again, just because you find something bad doesn't mean it is bad. Right? This is another thing. People are very opinionated. People like expressing their opinions and thoughts, and people have that victim mentality and that victim mindset and feel hurt at the slightest little thing, right? And just because you say something and you maybe feel hurt, maybe it isn't the person saying something that is the bad person. Maybe it's just you're too fucking soft. And I think there is a line where this occurs. However, in society, I definitely do see this becoming a more and more and more and more prevalent, where you think if that was said 10, 15 years ago, no one would bat an eyelid. And to be honest, it isn't particularly a bad thing. It's not even particularly not a nice thing. People just don't particularly like it for their own opinion. Now, that doesn't mean that no one could ever say it again just because one person doesn't like it. That's stupid. And this is a big problem, and that is why we need to ensure that freedom of speech and the censorship of speech is completely cut off. People should be able to say what they want, people should say why they want to say it, and have freedom of speech. Any censorship is bad. That is my opinion. If you don't like it, great. If you do, even better. I've been Keelan.